Hey guys, Trevornator01 here, coming back at you with another video. This is a new series I'm doing on video game conspiracies and theories, etc. On this very first episode on Easter, I'm going to be doing Lavender Town. Lavender Town seems to be one of the most popular mysteries of the internet and Pokemon. Basically, in a short story, this is Lavender Town. There are actually multiple theories about it, but this is the most common one. So basically, there's a very old version of Pokemon, Red and Green in Japan, and there weren't very many copies of this sold. And when children listened to it, the high frequencies gave them headaches, nosebleeds, and etc., but some even committed suicide according to the theory, and over 120 children died, which actually that would kind of, appear in the news, because I can't find it anywhere in the Pokemon news. I mean, not Pokemon, Japanese news or old headlines or anything. All I can find it is on public Pokemon forums and creepypasta wikis. So that's the top evidence right there for that theory. I'm sure that basically that they would have exposed it somehow, because Japan, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there's an episode of Pokemon. It involved a Porygon. It was the only episode of Pokemon that had a Porygon in it. And it was causing seizures all over the Japanese culture who watched Pokemon. And they're getting, seizures. All the children and adults who watched it, most of them were prone to seizures, and the Japanese government cracked down on the Pokemon company and made them ban all of it. That never happened. Nothing like that ever happened with Lavender Town. All the copies just disappeared, according to the theory, which implies that they're lying. And it is a creepypasta, I know, guys, so it's not real, but I've seen a lot of people say, oh, it's real, it's definitely real, so it makes it a conspiracy. And yeah, that's the first Lavender Town myth that's basically busted right there. The second one is that, when you're on the I think it's the SSN, and you battle Gary, he has his Raticate. And if you win the battle, which you probably did, it's pretty easy, then you don't encounter Gary again, or Blue, or whatever, until you reach Lavender Town. Now, if you go up into the Pokemon Tower, you'll battle Gary, but he doesn't seem to have his Raticate, which implies that when you took down Gary's Raticate back on the SSN, he couldn't get a Pokemon Center in time, and it sadly died. This one seems to be the most truthful. It seems to be very nice, well-rounded, but actually, if you search the web, Game Informer actually interviewed the Pokemon Company about this. It was in one of the magazines, I think. I don't remember which one, but they interviewed them about this, and basically, the Pokemon people, basically workers they were interviewing said, they had no idea what they were talking about. So either they're keeping secrets or it ends right there. Another one is where the original boss of Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town was not a Marowak, but a thing called Buried Alive. And what Buried Alive does is basically, if you don't beat it, it's game over. So, and there's a picture of Lavender Town eating you, and it says, "Finally, fresh meat." Which, I don't know why anyone would believe this theory. This is just insane. You see, this is a Pokemon game rated E for everyone. Most people who play it are 7 through 10-year-olds. But a lot of them are teens. But basically, the game is meant for little kids. And so, why would they implement a character that, if you lost to him, would eat you alive and say, "Finally, fresh meat"? That sounds more like a rated teen or even rated M game than a rated E for everyone game, which is quite insane. Whoever came up with that was probably just looking for a good laugh, and he didn't mean for anyone to actually believe it, but it got out of hand. So, that ends it right there, and yeah, that's, oh yeah, and there's one more theory. I almost forgot this one. Let me just look at my notes right here. Oh, yeah. Basically, you know when you get to Vermilion City, and there's this little patch of, brown, and there's a Machop and other people working there. They're saying that they're working on a big project, and and that's quite odd because in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, or Gold, Silver, and Crystal, when you go into Lavender Town, the Pokemon Tower is not there. Instead, there's a radio tower, which implies the fact what were they building in Vermilion City, I think it is. I forget the name of the city. The one where Lieutenant Surge is, of course. So, basically, that implies that they're going to move the Pokemon Tower. Team Rocket was going to move it. Well, you know how Mr. Fuji is the mayor of Lavender Town, and Team Rocket said that Lavender Town wasn't a good place, and they needed tourist attractions. And Mr. Fuji liked the idea, and so he gave them permission to move the Pokemon Tower to Vermilion City. But he didn't want any Pokemon killed in the process. But he got betrayed, sort of, and they killed a Marowak, and that made Mr. Fuji mad. And Team Rocket took Mr. Fuji captive, and that's when Red comes in and saves the day. And that's why the Vermilion City area place was never built. The Ghost Tower was never built, and that's why there's a radio tower in Lavender Town. And yeah, that's about all the myths and the theories there are for Lavender Town. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Rate, comment, like, and subscribe. See you guys later. Goodbye.